Hello and welcome to Darkness Descending presents the North American Amateurs Starcraft League. Season number 1, the finals, bracket 16. This game is between Catechin, the red Zerg in the top right, and Jjajan, the yellow Terran in the bottom left. So both players have garnered a win. This is the third game of 3 in this series. So really anybody's guess at this point. We have a relatively smaller map in the this is Xel Naga Caverns. So Jjajan was actually able to pull out a win in Jungle Basin, which is also a relatively smaller map. And Catechin was able to pull out a win in the larger map of Shakuris Plateau. So it's be interesting to see if Jjajan is able to recreate that magic from the first game. So far so standard. Nothing much to speak of here. We do have some that early scout for Catechin. See what we got what's coming towards him, and we are going to see that early block. We again do not see we don't see yet a spawning pool. Instead, we do see quite a few number of drones, and it looks like we are in fact going to see a very fast expand again. Jjajan goes to check for the expansion, does not see it. Looks like Catechin was checking maybe for an early prox push. Catechin looking to get this little invader out of his area so that he can get that expansion up. Jjajan looking just waste some time of Catechin's. We do see that double barracks that Jjajan seems to be very proud of, very comfortable with. That's the one. We do see that command center. Starting to see some Marines out. We see again no gas. Catechin has seen that there is no gas, or maybe no, he did see that there is no gas, and there is a double barracks going up. So it looks like we're doing about very similar tech for Jjajan in this game. Catechin getting just a couple Zerglings out, probably for scouting. He did see the double barracks. And now finally gets an expansion out. So those 4 Zerglings will be very useful to help defend against most likely what is to be a relatively imminent rush. And if you take a look at this, we do have a bit of a all-in coming in for Jjajan. That's quite a large army of SCVs with a decent number of Marines backed up. Catechin does not have very much to speak of in terms of forces. He does see the SCV, so he does know that what's coming. There's going to be a serious all-in push. Catechin does make it in with most of his stuff. He is going to lose an Overlord, which is going to be very bad because that might even put him under the cap. Will he be able to get? No, he does not get out what he needs in time. So he's looking at a very large force, which is going to take another Overlord. Catechin does use the Zerglings, does try to get out those Marines, but the Marines are just running around. The SCVs shooting along the way. This may be it for Catechin. This is not looking very good. He does not have much to speak of. He is now economy capped. There's really, I mean, just a couple Zerglings, a couple Overlords coming out. He does have that Queen, but it goes down. Now we're just fighting with just drones and Zerglings. It's looking very, very bad. There's really not much to speak of that Catechin can do, but he is holding on to it. He is popping out more units. He's just going to lose another Overlord. So again, is going with very low supply, but he does have a lot of units coming out right now, and I don't know if we're going to be able. We do see the Zerglings out. They do have the Zergling speed now. We do see quite a few SCVs are going down, but we are losing a large number of drones, and that is a really. We take a look at this here. It was a big hit for Catechin. He lost 38 units, and a lot of those being drones. And now we see Jjajan is pushing back with his existing forces. We do see those Zergling coming in, and they are going to attack. And with that door down, he might be able to get in, but he does, in fact, instead move back. Obviously, although Jjajan did lose quite a bit of SCVs, he does have those mules, so really he has not lost much in terms of income, whereas Jjajan is really kind of playing catch-up at this point. Unfortunately, I don't think because Catechin is being so aggressive in scouting and making it look like he has a relatively decent force, he really doesn't have much to speak of. And if Jjajan decides to push ahead at this point, I think we could see the end of the game. I'm actually surprised to see that we don't already have an end of the game with that last push. But that's not a big issue. We do see quite a few. We see barracks coming up. We see a command center coming up. Catechin did see the command center. Catechin does have a gas from the first push, but is still not using it because he needs to get is trying to get his economy back into swing, and we see it is starting to come into online with Catechins again. So although that push was absolutely devastating, it did of course slow down Jjajan's economy a bit, and now that he's only running on one mule, he's not quite as able to out economy Catechin. Catechin has made for all intents and purposes a full recovery. He hasn't put anything in gas up until now because there really wasn't much need to. Clearly, Jjajan had gone with basically an all-in, and so he's not going to have any high tech at this point either. So we do see that command center. Catechin also is getting an expansion. They will both be up and available about the same time. This is a pretty large marine force. Catechin does not have very much to speak of in terms of attacking units, but he is going for a hive, so we're probably going to see that similar Zergling and Mutalisk play. Jjajan is getting up a command center, looking to make a bunker. Catechin does know now about the expansion, about the bunker. It can only guess what's going on in the main base, but does know that we have at least 3 barracks. Now if you look at Jjajan,
our SCVs are under attack.
He really doesn't know that all that much, other than the fact that we do now have a Baneling nest. He can surmise that he does have the expansion at this point.
Research complete.
But really hasn't been doing a whole lot of explicit scouting. Just the one scan on the main base. Which is another reason to Zerg why it's a good thing to do to put down those creep tumors as soon as you can. Because you can put things like spires, other tech buildings farther away from the primary building than usual, and when you do that, what happens is the Terran will scan on your base and not see the building, and when that happens, it's possible for them to be completely unprepared for what comes.
Research complete.
Jjajan now has a relatively large army. We do have stim pack. We do have concussion shells. We're looking to do quite a bit of damage with this push. But it does look like Catechin does know what's coming. He is getting some Banelings. That is going to do some serious damage to those Marines. He is trying to stall for the rest of the group to come out, and they're out. So here we go. Those banelings did a good amount of damage, but not quite as much damage as I would think we were interested in doing.